Watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so today I want to discuss the Offspring's newest album, and that is Let the Bad Times Roll. And I just want to say, first off, I don't understand why this record took pretty much a decade to come out. If you subtract Lullaby and the oddly included In the Hall of the Mountain King, although I will say that their skills as instrumentalists have gotten better and better in order to conquer a track like that, it just feels out of place. So if you subtract Lullaby and In the Hall of the Mountain King, it reminds me of Splinter, like 2 less tracks on a record that has the better part of 12 tracks, and then it took them a decade to release this, whereas the music on here, I didn't like any of it. I mean, I don't see how this record took a decade to assemble. And I know other things are going on in the guys in the band's lives and everything, but these songs sound like they could have been fucking fired out by the Offspring in 15 minutes. So, did this record honestly take 10 years? You know, did they take their time and really try to hone things? Because if they did, they've really lost it, because the songs on here are so forgettable and just so like meh, that I don't like any of them. I liked In the Hall of the Mountain King. I thought that was really clever, but it is so out of place, and it's so completely unnecessary that it just takes up space on this record. But then you could argue back that this record is just taking up space. I don't know. It's like, there's no way that this record should have taken a decade to write and release. I mean, with Danzig's Black Laden Crown, it took the better part of 7-8 years, and there's only 8 tracks on that record, but each track on Black Laden Crown sounds important, and it sounds like there's a lot of effort put in, and it sounds like Danzig poured everything he had into that album. So it justified the 7-8 year wait. But with these songs, it just sounds like it's the day after Days Go By. I mean, they're in Metallica territory now. I mean, fucking Hardwired to Self-Destruct, that did not need to be the better. That did not need to take that long either. That record was like a pretty good EP, but the rest of the tracks on there, they're just long and boring and bluesy and bloated. So I don't know what's going on with these like aging bands that I used to love when I was a kid. Their newer stuff, they're taking forever to bring it out, and they're just not able to pull off what they used to be able to pull off. Like the Offspring's catchy days are clearly behind them. This record was like nothing. And I can't believe it took them that long to release it. It's really disappointing. Especially when you consider what the Offspring used to be, and how with each release, at least I'd say up until Conspiracy of One / Splinter, they kept raising the bar, and things kept getting, despite the fact that the records were flawed after Smash, they became stronger and stronger songwriters, and it seemed like they were going to be able to pull this off forever. But Rise and Fall, Raging Grace was pretty much the end of that. And that record completely surprised me, because despite the pop success that it had a bunch of like absolutely vital sounding Offspring tracks on there that like their old school, more hardcore fans could appreciate. But this record was just nothing. I don't know. And when I was listening to it to kind of refresh myself, maybe, you know, times past, I haven't listened to it since it came out last year, and maybe I was completely wrong. Maybe a bunch of songs were going to jump out at me. They didn't. This record, I don't know, it's just there. And again, there is no way that this should have taken a fucking decade to release. That's insane. I mean, the Offspring, it sounds like they tossed these songs together in a day or two. But yeah, so look, I am going to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discuss the Offspring's newest album, and that is Let the Bad Times Roll, the ironically titled Let the Bad Times Roll. If you liked this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you thought this record kicked ass, don't forget to let me know in the comments, because hopefully by the time this video goes up, I'll have more than one comment, because as of May 2022, that's exactly what I have. One comment. I appreciate it, but just one. So thanks a lot, guys. You're amazing. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.